Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over this Amazon Flex driver review. So this video is going to be particularly useful for individuals who are deciding whether or not to do Amazon Flex driving. And so I've been doing it for about 6 months now. And I must say that it's completely different from other delivery apps that are out there. But here are some things that you have to be aware about. Now let's start off with the pros with Amazon Flex. You do have flexible hours, you do get to work on your own time, and the biggest advantage is that Amazon pays you a guaranteed rate for your block. So if they say you're going to make $72 for a 40-hour block, you're guaranteed that money even if you finish early. But the downside is that you have to reserve blocks in advance, and sometimes they get snatched up really quickly. Now, the biggest cons of Amazon Flex, though, is that although your hours are flexible, you are going to have to still put in hours. And what I mean by that is if you decide to work a 4-hour morning block and a 4-hour evening block, you're still putting in 8 hours of work. Some days you'll finish your route early and make good money. Other days you'll go over your block time and basically work for free with Amazon Flex. I've had blocks where I finish an hour early, and I've also had blocks where I went like 2 hours over. Now, other things with Amazon Flex that I didn't like or don't like currently is that you're going to be delivering a lot of heavy packages. Like sometimes you'll have 40 packages in your car, and some of them are really heavy, like cases of water or furniture. And unlike food delivery, where you're just carrying a bag, Amazon Flex requires a lot more physical work and organization. Now, with Amazon Flex, though, one thing to keep in mind is that you do have to take into account wear and tear of your car and also gas. So let's say that you get paid $90 for a block. About like $60 of that should actually be yours because wear and tear is real. And just because you're going to be putting a lot of miles in your car, in addition to that, gas, of course, driving all around town, delivering packages to sometimes really far locations. Now, with Amazon Flex, there isn't really downtime like other delivery apps because once you start your block, you have all your packages and you just go deliver them. But the challenge is getting blocks in the first place because you have to refresh the app and constantly to grab available blocks, and sometimes there just aren't many available. So my recommendation is that you have other delivery apps as a backup. Now, here are my 3 tips for people who want to try out Amazon Flex first. First is to organize your packages before you start driving. I always spend like 10 minutes at the warehouse organizing my packages by delivery order and putting them in my car strategically so I'm not digging through boxes and trying to find the right package. This saves me so much time during my route. Second tip is use a good GPS app and plan your route efficiently. Amazon's GPS isn't always the best, so I use Google Maps or Waze to plan the most efficient route, especially when I have apartments or hard to find addresses. I also group deliveries by area so I'm not driving back and forth across town. Third tip is to be prepared for the physical demands and invest in good equipment. You might need a dolly, you might need a wagon for heavy packages. Wear comfortable shoes and bring water because you're going to be doing a lot more walking compared to other delivery services. I learned this the hard way after my first few blocks, which really did leave me tired. But with Amazon Flex though, I'd say it's been a decent experience. When you can get blocks, the pay is predictable and you don't have to worry about tips or customer ratings. Amazon support is pretty good when you run into issues as well, like damaged packages or inaccessible addresses. So with that being said, if you're considering Amazon Flex, I'd say just try it out. You won't know until you try it out, but be prepared for it to be more physically demanding than just simply food delivery. And make sure you have backup apps for when blocks aren't available. But I hope you found this video helpful, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below.